everybody, and welcome to Sammy Scrolls, where I tell you all about some of the best books out there. This week we're looking at The Walking Dead, Book 8. This one is finally catching up to the TV show, and things are going a little bit differently. The love interest that Rick has is quite different. She's actually already passed in the TV show, but I sort of prefer the one in the comics. If you haven't read the comics up to this point, spoiler alert, it's hard to do reviews without spoiling anything, so especially when you're up to the 8th book of it. But Rick and Andrea are kind of becoming a thing, and I really think that's interesting. I mean, I kind of ship Rick and Michonne. I really want that to happen, but Michonne's kind of off doing her own thing and coping with a few different issues, so I don't know that she's really ready for some sort of relationship. I don't know that Rick is either. He's been having a really tough time with things, especially something that's happened with Carl. So I don't know if he's either going to get from Andrea exactly what he needs, or he's not going to be ready at all. I'm so hoping they get together, because that'd be really cool. They've actually also just stumbled across a new group. This is the first time we hear Negan mentioned, and if you've been watching the TV show, the mid-season finale just mentioned Negan, and everybody's wondering who he is. If you've read the comics, you've already got an idea. So in Book 8, that's the first time Negan is actually brought up. The group, Alexandria is a bit of a mess. To put it lightly, exactly what's happening in the TV show has just happened, and so Rick and his group are kind of trying to decide, do we stay, do we go, and they've bumped into another group, which is huge. And Rick doesn't really know what to do about this. Does he bring his son over? Does he trust these people with the whole group? He's not really sure what to do, because with Alexandria, they had been inside since the start, but they were also a reasonably small group. So if they didn't, come up to par with Rick and his group, I suppose, it wasn't really going to be that much of an issue because there weren't that many people. With this new group, things are a little different. There's a lot of people, and it wouldn't even take half the group. If just enough of them decided they didn't want Rick around, it would be really difficult for him and his people to sort of press their suit as they did at Alexandria. So I'm not sure how he feels about it. He's kind of seeing this area and going, wow, this would be an amazing opportunity, we could be safe here, and he's realizing that the most important thing to have in this apocalypse isn't resources or strength or anything, it's people. And this group is the biggest they've seen since the start. So he kind of wants to impress them, and Negan, he hasn't been told the big details, but he's been told enough to know that this guy's an issue, and if Rick and his group could get rid of that issue for the larger community, I suppose, that community would be in debt, and that's a good way to be in this world, to have people owe you a few things, because then on your down day you can call on them, and you never know, it might be the difference between life and death that day. He's trying to figure out, is it worth it, is it not, and hats off to him, because it was a dictatorship for a while, and then he just couldn't cope, and it was sort of, I'm here for my family and that's it. And now he's realizing, no, I need these people and we've all got to work together. So rather than just make the decision, he said what he would like to do, and he's taken it back to his people so they can make a group decision, which is a very refreshing change, because these people are frequently being asked to risk their lives, and Rick is just thinking, oh, they're going to do it, not realizing that maybe they would like a day off occasionally, or maybe they're coping with a few difficult things. So it's nice to see that change in him. And Carl has also had a massive effect on his dad, because he started asking things and watching Rick's actions and questioning them, which has given Rick a good notice to reflect on his actions, because he wants to raise the best boy he can, but that's the thing, he does have a boy, and needs to remember that Carl needs to see this softer side and not just see fear and death and survival. He needs to maintain his humanity, which Rick hadn't been to a certain degree, so Carl was starting to lose his. The way this book finishes, you're keen to get on to the next one, because you want to know exactly what's happening and who is Negan, and does Rick have a possibility of beating him? Is he the bad guy that everyone's making him out to be? You're assuming yes, but you never know in this world, so I can't wait to get on to book 9, which is what I'm going to go do now. So this was book 8 of The Walking Dead. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to share your thoughts on Negan or the TV show or anything, I'm over on Facebook. Also feel free to come and suggest books you'd like to see on the channel. And I look forward to talking to you. Take care till I see you next time. Bye.